Hi everyone, Comic Book Reviewer here. This time doing part 2 of my comic book adaptation review on the X-Men. Now, as we left off, Magneto has attacked a train. And also, this causes Sabretooth to throw Rogue across a wall, Cyclops getting his visor removed, and so on. And Mystique infiltrates the X-Mansion and sabotages the Cerebro system. And so Magneto comes face to face with Wolverine saying, "I am Magneto, brash one, and you must be Rogue Wolverine. Right as rain, Buttercup. Now with that to want with me. That remarkable metal does run through your entire body, does it?" And so Rogue gets started, and they manage to make a break for it. And Sabretooth ends up getting strangled, Sabretooth strangles Magneto, and turns out Charles Xavier is controlling this, but Magneto even uses an ultimatum: either let him go or one human dies. So he decides to spare him, and they make a break for it. And they're like, "Back off, the professor's back, Logan. How could he have known Magneto wanted Rogue and not you?" "What you telling me? The biggest brain on the planet. The top the didn't know the school. Where'd you go to school, sonny?" And so Xavier says, "Release him now," and walks off. But meanwhile, Kelly returns, and also Xavier talks with them. And Kelly's like, "Do you hate normal people?" "Not really. I fear them, I suppose." "Well, I think you have one less person to be afraid of." And yeah, Kelly ends up dying, and Xavier uses the Cerebro system, which leaves him in a catatonic state. And meanwhile, the X-Men get ready to battle at the Statue of Liberty, where everyone is going to be there. And Xavier's X-Men will have to battle Magneto, whose goal is to try and convert humans into mutants. So the X-Men show up with Mystique transforming into Wolverine, and they both get into a fight. And also them battling Toad, who manages to use his slippery tongue. And they're like, my, isn't that touching? Jean, my God, just hold still, I'll pull the stuff from your face." And so Storm shows up saying, "Toad, you have angered me. Prepare for the consequences." And Toad ends up falling out of the window, and he's like, "Have to grab on and hold on. That railing is metal, Toad. An excellent conductor for electricity. Wouldn't you agree?" And so he doesn't say the whole, "you know what happens to a toad" sort of thing. And so, mainly, Scott gets the stuff off, and Wolverine figures out that Mystique is actually pretending to be Storm, and takes her out. So the X-Men decide to get ready on top of the Statue of Liberty, where it's only Sabretooth and Magneto left, and Magneto holds down Wolverine, and him and Sabretooth get into a fight, saying, "And I'm taking him back. If I gotta go slit your throat to do it." And so Magneto decides to use Rogue as a conductor, even pushing her to the extreme of her powers. So they end up fighting each other, Wolverine and Sabretooth, to the fight to the death. And he's like, "Nothing to say, nobody to help ya." "Oh, I wouldn't say that. Your visor's operating? How can that be?" And so he gets blasted into a dock ship, presumably dying. And the X-Men decide to try and stop the conductor. And Wolverine goes right in and manages to rescue Rogue. And Magneto says, "Curse you, you betrayed your genetic heritage." And pretty much they get into a fight. And Wolverine ends up freezing to death, but ends up waking up after recovering from his injuries, and decides that he's gonna go on the open road and says goodbye to Charles Xavier, with Rogue looking on saying, "Goodbye, Logan. I'm gonna miss you. Gonna miss you a lot." And so, by the end, much like the film, has Charles and Magneto and Xavier talking, saying, "You know this is a war, Charles, and despite this temporary setback, I intend to continue my struggle by any means. And I will always be there to oppose you, old friend. Check and mate. Why do you come here, Charles? Your continuing search for any hope could have been wood without my pain to carry through. That's where you and I differ. It's always been our world. But simply need of a bit of, I pray you a long day, Eric. Goodbye." And you have him in his kind of prison, or so. Yeah, the comic actually not too bad. It does a good job. It does feel like it takes away some elements, but again, it's been a long time since I've seen the first X-Men film, so I give it a good thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Review here, signing out.